Hockey with attitude.
Oh, was picked hard up, and here he comes. Into the circle, he shoots, he scores!
Shot high and one save made by Lichtman.
He's on the back here, he scores! Shoots, he scores!
Save, rebound, score!
He's in, he shoots, he scores!
Score! Solar Bears!
Game over!
Hockey with attitude. Hockey with attitude.
Hi, I'm Andrew Monaco. Welcome to Hockey with Attitude. The tradition continues. A look back at the 1997-98 Orlando Solar Bears season. I'm standing at center ice of the Solar Bears Ice Den at the RDV Sportsplex, the new state-of-the-art practice and training facility for the Solar Bears. The team moved into their new home last December to a world-class facility that includes 2 sheets of ice, a new dressing room, players' lounge, and training equipment that's second to none. So impressive is the RDV Sportsplex that the Solar Bears got to show it off to the rest of the league when they hosted the IHL All-Star Game in February. Later in that month, the Stanley Cup champion Detroit Red Wings got a first-hand look when they practiced at the Sportsplex during the NHL Olympic break.
We're over at the workout facility, just incredible, just first class, top notch.
Those are some of the highlights and memorable moments from this past year, and here are some more. Let's get things started by taking a look back at the 10 best plays of this past regular season. The Solar Bears' third season has provided memories which have been second to none.
Oh, is he hammered?
Let's take a look at the 10 best plays of the season. Number 10. Was Panalea. Now Luce Hankinson has the puck. Side of it. Out in front. Welcome to Orlando, Gregory Panalea. Number 9.
Come on, Albesta, we need a big save on Pavelski. He's in, he shoots, saves, Solar Bears win! Solar Bears win the shootout, Pavelski is stopped, and the Solar Bears score the final 3 goals of the game.
Number 8.
McDonough has it there, floats it to the line, McCann gives to the left point, Neaton slides it low on the circle, Beauvais puts it in front, they score! McDonough ties it up with 23.5 seconds left. 2-2.
Number 7.
And the center with a 3-2 deficit. Oh, was Picard upended. He tried to hurdle Traeger and Smith.
Number 6.
Castleman, he's 2 for 2 in shootouts this year to the right circle. Fakes down Legrand, who stops him marvelously. He faked Legrand down and then Scott stacked the pad.
Number 5.
Gives it to Deaton, he's on 2-on-1 with Armstrong into the zone, the back here, he scores! Matt Meehan! He's done it again!
Number 4.
Here's the drive. No, Beauvais comes in, he steals, he scores!
Number 3.
Barrett feeds out in front, shot, Faulkner, rebound, goal save made! What a save by Lennon! How did he possibly get to that puck?
Number 2.
Gregory Panalea to Hamilton. Wheels around the defenders, comes in, watches it, stops it home, Panalea! What a goal! Acrobatic!
And number 1 is actually 2 plays.
First period, another shot right on. Caught Jablonski in the midsection. Rebound taken behind the goal by Armstrong. Trying to loft it in. Side of the net, and he scores! Oh my, what a shot! He's done this Bill Armstrong.
Wolves lead the Solar Bears with 3 minutes to go in the second, and Armstrong scores on the same play that he did in Cleveland. He took it behind the net.
When the Solar Bears hit the ice for their third season, they featured new names, new faces, and a new general manager, John Weisbrod.
I was obviously in a very good situation in New Jersey, on an NHL track and in a good organization. But I wanted the opportunity to do some things that I didn't do there, and the opportunity to run my own show, so to speak, in a full general manager position, and RDV Sports was able to afford me that opportunity, and I was excited to get the chance to do it, and happy to be here.
It took about 2 or 3 months for the guys to get to know John. It took a while for John and I to get on the same page, as well as the players. But as soon as that happened, and then John went out and added the players he did, the team totally changed direction.
Panalea fights through traffic, backhanded and Say scores! Savage!
I think ideally you come into a general manager situation at least in June or July with a little bit of time to build your own team and get some things in place. Obviously, I was still going through the learning curve of being in this company and how this team operates, and we were playing games and in full stride. And obviously the season didn't start for us the way we would have wanted or expected, and I think that increased the pressure a little bit and some of the tension. So I think in this particular instance it made it tough to come in when I did and to come in as late as I did.
The Solar Bears did not start the season as anticipated. Early on, the team didn't click, and changes were in order.
We had huge expectations for our team this season, and we set a very high standard. And the players we brought in, we believed our team would be very good. But the first time in 3 years, we experienced that people were pulling in different directions, and we really didn't have a team focus.
After joining the team in September, I was real excited. We had a great bunch of guys, good nucleus, good coaching staff. We thought it was going to be the team that was going to go all the way. And then all of a sudden, we hit a roadblock right away, and there was a bunch of changes, and we had to make some moves, and it turned out to be the best for the hockey club.
In a season of many moves, perhaps the most important was the signing of goaltender David Littman.
And Littman made the save again. Backhander saved by Littman.
Well, we knew right off the start we were going to get in another problem when Alan Bester's foot or his ankle was bothering him, and he had to go in for surgery. And we needed a goaltender to replace him, and a good one. And John Weisbrod again was familiar with David Littman, got a hold of him immediately, and brought him in.
You know, I think sometimes in the direction we could have gone at that time and some of the other goaltending choices we could have made, and if we hadn't made those other choices, the final outcome of our season would have been very different. Obviously, we chose Liddy for a reason. We thought he had a lot of upside potential.
Where do I start with David Littman? He's a guy who came in. I remember the first day of practice, I saw him and taking shots on him, and I remember thinking, boy, how does this guy play? He can't. I don't think this guy can stop a puck. And you know, I remember he got into his first game and he played well, and you know, from then on, you know, he was just spectacular for us. He was great for us all year long.
You know, Al Bester had played so well here for the last 3 years that it's hard to come in and, you know, the fans didn't know who I was, and it helped out that I played really well right at the beginning. And we won some games early on when I came here, and that was a real key because it got the confidence of the fans, the coaches, and the players, you know, to know that I could do the job.
I knew a little bit about him as the kind of kid he was, the kind of character he had, the kind of goaltender he was, and we brought him here hopeful that we could get the most out of him.
He's a competitor. When he's in the game, he's involved, and that's the kind of people we want in our hockey club.
Who knows what would have happened if we brought in somebody else, or we gave somebody else a shot. You know, I don't think anybody could have done as good a job as he did.
Despite the solid play of Littman, by the middle of November, the Solar Bears were barely above 500. The offense was struggling, so Orlando pulled the trigger on a Texas-sized deal.
Had a layout front on the puck, shoots and scores!
Moving in, he's got Hollis cutting to the net, he gives it to him, he scores!
Look at him stick handle.
John went out and saw San Antonio play, and he saw what that line did together. Hollis, Savage, and Panalev were leading the league. You know, and we had to make a move. And John went out and brought in Hollis, who was a gritty right winger who could score.
Beauvais has it, he centers it, Hollis shoots, scores!
I mean, I knew I could play that way. It's just a matter of being given the opportunity. You know, it's sometimes in your career, it's better to be lucky, and I got lucky. You know, I was given a chance finally to show what I could do, and you know, it worked out for me.
At the time we made that deal, we were struggling offensively. We were getting outshot heavily, even in some close games, score-wise, and we needed more offense. And This was an opportunity to essentially take one offensive player, Dave Chizowski, and turn it into two offensive players. Scott Hollis, who at the time was leading the league in goals, and Grigory Panalev, who has been sort of offensive dynamo everywhere he's been.
It was very refreshing to have Gregory on our team, just based on the fact that he dominates the game so much. He's such a dynamic player with the puck. His ability to skate in traffic and control the puck is something which all defensemen in the league are terrified of. Just basically, you don't know by the time he gets around you or he puts the puck in the net if you're going to be completely clothed, because he's pretty much undressing you by the time he's finished what he's doing.
Grigory Panalev, stick handles in. Wheels around the defender. Comes in, watches it, stops it home. Panalev! What a goal! Acrobatic!
More changes came in January when Orlando made a 4-player swap with Milwaukee.
McCann, here he comes into the zone, he shoots, he scores! The big guy from Milwaukee ends it.
Sprawling down the road, and they score! And it's Mackey, and it's returned to Milwaukee.
After we started to make some moves to fill some holes, we still were a long ways away. We needed to add another a solid defenseman that could also add offense. And Sean McCann was one player we were looking at from the very beginning of the season that we wanted to get here.
Initially, I was really shocked. I didn't expect it. I had no idea. We were headed to Orlando anyways to play them. So I was really, really surprised, but I was happy. Pat Neaton, who's one of my best friends, had been here for a number of years, and he told me all about the organization, and so I knew it was top-notch, and I was really, really excited with the opportunity to play in Orlando.
The second part of the deal was Dave Mackey, who I played with before when I was playing, and he came to us. He added size, skill, but the most important quality he brought to our team was he was a leader.
He's not a rah-rah type of guy. He's not going to yell and scream all the time or be extremely vocal. But when he has something to say, he'll say it. And because he's been around and because he backs it up with his play, guys listen and they realize that, okay, this is someone who knows what he's talking about, and I'm going to pay attention to what he has to say.
Things really took shape at the trading deadline. The Solar Bears swung a deal with Kansas City, shoring up the defense and reuniting a lethal scoring line.
Panalev charges him. Tries to get the shot off, can't, but Savage does! And he scores!
We went out and got two kids that I think were both high-quality kids that were excited about coming to Orlando and being here, and were excited about coming to the organization.
My coach came into my hotel room. I was in Grand Rapids at the time, and he said to me, he goes, "Jason, I got good news and bad news." And all I said to him was, "Where am I going?" And he goes, "Well, that's the good news. You're going to Orlando."
Coach came in and he told me about the trade and started giggling. I say, "Well, where do I go?" He said, "Orlando." I think I jumped about 10 feet high, almost kissed my coach, and it was a great moment. I was very happy about the trade.
Obviously with Reggie Savage, we rebuilt some chemistry that had existed in San Antonio early in the year, and thought that line obviously played a big role for us from the time of the trade on.
It was good. I mean, it was a real comfortable feeling for us to, be in that situation. Kind of all year, Pants and I got here, we played all right and we put up good numbers still and stuff, but we never really were quite comfortable with the center. And then, we put Hub and Booth together and bring in Savvy, and I think that made quite a difference for us. It enabled us to have that real strong third or second line center, which, over the year we really didn't have the dominating player. And Savvy's a pretty good player, Fortunately for us, it came together. What can you say about it other than it's just comfortable?
Our team was coming together, but certainly we still struggled on our power play, and we still needed a player that was very aggressive and going to the net. Bringing in Herder, our power play improved 100%.
And Jason Herder did great things for us with the big goals he scored in the playoffs in the power play, and giving us a threat from the point, a big point shot, which is something we didn't have all year. So we were happy with the way that worked out also.
The finishing touches were applied when a couple rookies made the roster and made a difference.
Hornsborough is setting the penalty, gets the breakaway. He's in, he shoots, he scores! Easy shot, stopped by Draper and Ford scores a goal from the side of the net. He tipped it up and over the down Draper.
You know, there were 14 players, college players, signed into the IHL at the trade deadline, and only 2 played, and they were our 2. And they didn't just play, but they played well.
Sean Warnsborough was a young man that came from the University of Maine that made an immediate impact on our hockey club. Strong offensive skills, gritty kid, and young and fired up. And put on a line with Hugh McDonough and Mark Beaufait, and the 3 of them clicked immediately, and we knew we had something great there.
To come in and get a chance to play with McDonough and Beaufait like I did was I guess better than I could have imagined.
Boy, did they step up and play like veterans. It was like they played all year with us, and it was great to play with him, strong on the puck. And that's the other disappointing thing. You see guys like that come in, you're only here for a short time, and in the IHL things change from year to year so much. You expect that he and Anders are both going to get chances to play in the NHL, and they won't be back here. So, yeah, if they do come this way again, I'll certainly be glad to play with them.
Anders Bjork came in and played a fantastic role for us as a third-line checking center, which is one that in his college career he wasn't accustomed to playing, and showed a lot of maturity and hockey sense to be able to recognize his role and play it, even though it may have been different from the role he'd been asked to play at other points in his career.
He's a big kid. You know, we expected him to play physical, but then we found out he was European, so maybe we thought he was going to be more of a finesse player. But he came in and he did a little bit of both. He fought in the first or second game that he played, and he kind of showed everyone his physical presence, and he had a nice touch around the net and scored some goals.
Centers out in front, score!
Another first-year Solar Bear who made a name for himself, Eric Nicholas, the IHL's U.S.-born Rookie of the Year.
I'm very honored to get it. Last year this organization had another kid, Brian Felsen, to get it too, and well, it's just an honor to get it.
As the playoffs approached, the Solar Bears' confidence was high. The team was gelling and ready to make a serious run for the Turner Cup.
Around the check, here comes Mark with the score! Great assist! Nicholas with a backhand on Bucky scores!
Long save, David Whitman.
I've never seen a team peak at the exact right time after having so many ups and downs during the regular season.
Beaufait to the slot, shot, save, rebound. Rager scores! It keeps going!
The chemistry fell together at the right time in the right place, and we had something very special here. And I believe that there was 25 guys in our dressing room that truly believed that we were headed toward the Turner Cup championship.
Rager keeps it into the corner. Mackey is open. He'll center it in front. Nicker scores!
You could see that all come together at the end of the year to really make us a top of the league caliber team and give us a chance to move on in the playoffs.
Now comes in front, gives it to Hankins, and he scores! Oh, Hankins did.
I think that the moves and all the transitions throughout the years kind of paid off. It looked like it was going to be a rocky road for a while there, but we kind of came together as a team at the end.
Before we get to the Solar Bears playoff run, let's look back at some of the special moments from season number 3. In February, Orlando played host to the 1998 IHL All-Star Game. And the Solar Bears Booster Club provided a warm reception for the All-Stars, greeting the players at the airport as they arrived from their respective cities. One of the activities during this All-Star extravaganza was a clinic put on for perhaps some future All-Stars at the brand new RDV Sportsplex. Programs such as this are a staple of the IHL's commitment to its communities all across North America. Several players and mascots spent some time visiting children at Florida Hospital. An important part of this All-Star gathering, according to Houston's Brian Wiseman.
You know, I think everyone says how competitive and what fighters we are. I think these kids are the fighters day in and day out. These kids are battling it every day, and it's good to see, just put a smile on their face and leave kind of happy.
Fans from all around the IHL got up close to their favorite All-Star at the autograph session. Then on Monday night, the All-Stars put on a dazzling display of skills in the Bud Ice All-Star Skills Challenge. Even the players themselves couldn't help getting caught up in the excitement. it was a chance for the league's best players to shine. That's exactly what they did in 6 separate events, pitting the elite in the East against the best in the West. The target of the skills challenge, having fun, and in the end, it was the East prevailing over the West. The official All-Star Cafe was the setting for the Commissioners' Gala Monday night. No better place for the IHL's All-Stars to gather and unwind before taking part in the All-Star Game Tuesday night. The preparation began early for the league's showcase event, the 24th IHL All-Star Game. From the very beginning, this would prove to be an unforgettable all-star affair.
Duska sends it high in the zone. Kevin Dahl scores! Down and back comes the East, alone in front. Beauvais from Orlando, and he'll score. They'll love that here. Instead, drops it back. Kevin Dahl scores! Yes, here's Lefebvre, clean from center on the breakaway. Drop head. Miller has the hat trick.
Houston's Ryan Bach earned the Pepsi Most Valuable Goalie Award. And Utah's Kip Miller, with his hat trick, took home the Bud Ice Iceman Trophy as the game's MVP. This night, the West was best, earning a 12-8 win over the East. Later in the month, the RDV Sportsplex was the home away from home for the Stanley Cup champion Detroit Red Wings during the NHL's Olympic break. Have you heard? The Detroit Red Wings have moved. The defending Stanley Cup champs now call Central Florida home. Well, at least for a week. The NHL is on its winter break while its players participate in the Olympic Games in Nagano, Japan. During the hiatus, the Red Wings decided to conduct a mini-camp, and armed with a little inside information, selected the RDV Sportsplex for their workouts.
We chose this through the efforts of Don Waddell, our assistant general manager, who was the general manager last year in Orlando. We discussed the fact that we'd like to have a mini training camp, and we're fortunate this facility has only been open about a month, and he was instrumental in helping decide how it was going to be, and the DeVos family, he called them, and they were very gracious to let us use it.
Once the idea was proposed of doing it, I said, I have the place if you trust my judgment, because it's still in construction at this time, but it'll be ready February 1st, I said, and being involved with this facility from day one, I knew it was first class.
It's first class.
First class.
First class, top notch, state of the art without a doubt, and extremely impressive.
The Sportsplex is perfect for the Red Wings, who skate in the ice den, then continue their conditioning on the state-of-the-art exercise equipment in the Palm Courts.
You know, it's just a place that you can't describe without seeing it. It's just got everything you need, and guys are all excited. I think we'll be petitioning for one of these at home.
The workout facility is out of this world. Nice locker room and a health club right here in the locker room, but the big stuff out there, the bikes and the Nautilus and the workout materials are fabulous.
We saw our trainers last night, and they're like, can't even describe it. You're gonna have to wait and see, but it's great.
This is perfect. I mean, we're extremely fortunate to have this opportunity. It worked out real nice with Orlando being on the road. We get a chance to utilize this. It's just, you couldn't ask for a better setup.
There's nothing like this. I've been around in the NHL for quite a few buildings, and some of the best buildings, and our players walk in and say there's nothing like it in the National Hockey League, and this is the selling point to players, coming to Orlando to play. I've said it when I was a GM here. This is a recruiting tool, and certainly they have to utilize it in that manner.
Former Solar Bears general manager Don Waddell returns in his new role as assistant GM of the Red Wings. It's a career move Don's glad he made.
I'm very happy. The opportunity was presented to me, and it was what I wanted to do. I had some other opportunities, and it just didn't feel right. And this one, working with Detroit, not only the Detroit Red Wings, the Stanley Cup champions, but Ken Holland, the general manager who I work for, is a tremendous person, and somebody that I thought I could learn something from. And that's the key when you're moving to the next level. There's a lot of things I need to know and need to work on, and certainly I thought he was a gentleman that could teach me a lot of those.
Don's happy in his new job, yet he still misses what he's left behind.
the people of Orlando, not only the fans of Orlando who have been treated us so good here for my 2 years, my family, but the employees that I worked with and was fortunate enough to work around, and that's the most important thing. And then secondly, to be real honest with you, is this facility, because I lived it from day one. And when I first came to Orlando, and before I even accepted the job, I asked what our practice situation was, and they said, we were going to build one because the facilities were just not up to professional standards at the time. And now to come back and see this facility, it's certainly ended up the way I had dreamed it, and I missed it.
Turner Cup playoff time. Up first, the Indianapolis Ice.
I was more nervous for that series than any other series, just because when you have such high expectations of your team from everybody, from each player out to every fan, you're expected to win. And winning the first series is always the most difficult.
I think we had a fast start against Indianapolis, a big, strong, physical team that always gave us problems. But it was a power play that won us that first game.
Here's Powell scoring on a one-timer. Richards back to Herter, he scores! Another power play goal.
The second game, Indianapolis, I believe, had 3 power play goals, and that certainly turned the tide.
A wrist shot, save made, the rebound put in by the Indianapolis Ice.
And then going up to Indianapolis, a very tough place for our hockey team to win. Alan Bester stepped in that game and did a great job for us in goal.
Bester with a save, he robbed Todd White.
I thought the first game in Indy was key when we went down early by a couple goals and really rallied, showed some character in the first period to come back, which ended up being the game we won 8-6.
Score, Solar Bears! Barry Traeger with a shot to score, and this game is tied!
And I think it was during that game, after that game, that we knew that maybe we had something, because that was the first time in the playoff run where we had the chance to pack it in and we didn't.
And then I believe we came home into Game 5, and the feeling in our dressing room was there was no chance that we weren't going to advance. And our guys went out on the ice and did a tremendous job.
If you work hard, and good things will happen. And I was just working hard along with everybody else, and I just got a break, especially on the second one. He made a kind of a bad pass across. I got in the second period, nothing game, and I was coming down. I knew I had to shoot, so I just fired and scored. It was a big goal, 15. We wanted to get by that series and move on.
It was a huge game for this organization. That game could have made or broke this whole season if we lose that game, and so it was huge. And that's probably one of the best highlights I'll take out of this year was us as a team digging down deep and playing probably our best game of the season.
Coming in, we knew Cleveland would be tough, but like I said before, we had 3 solid good line who could chip in every night. UB line came out very fast.
Kind of getting in from Beauvais, he cheeks down the goaltender and scores!
The Borky line came in between.
We're scrambling for the puck out in front, open net, score!
And we kind of finished off very strong for the end of the series, so it was very, very tough for them to keep up with us.
We won a lot of games in the playoffs, just it was never with one player winning the game for us, or we had some great goaltending by David Littman where he gave us a chance to win, but it just seemed like there was always somebody stepping up to help win the game, and then we'd also have other players stepping up. So it was a team of people that had to lean on each other to make the unit stronger.
The big thing I remember about Cleveland this year, they beat us in Game 2, and walking back into the locker room, they were yelling and hooting and hollering and really taunting us, saying, we got you guys, this and that. And I really took that to heart. I really remembered that. And when we went up there, we were a team that, and I think other guys heard that too, because we were a team kind of possessed as far as going out and winning the series.
Centered out in front, Hubie McDonough scores!
I thought the key game in that series was obviously Game 5 in Cleveland, and really the end of Game 4.
Shot, rebound, score!
Have to come right back the next night after a pretty debilitating Game 4, and again they jump out to the early lead on us, and the guys responded, the power play clicked, and the heart of the champion came out again, and we responded and won that game, and that put us on our way to winning the series.
Coach Fraser said before Game 6 that this is our Game 7. Let's play this like our Game 7, and we did. and we came out on top, and it was the first time we actually had an extra day off.
We were real excited to end up going head-to-head with Detroit. I think they were more apprehensive about playing the Orlando Solar Bears, even though they ended up with a better record during the regular season, and they were the favorite going into the series. The first game we came out and kind of set the tone right away, and I think they were kind of backing on their heels, and we were in pretty good shape.
We started the series with a bang and gave it to them pretty good in their building in game 1, and then came back in game 2 and we're taking it to them in overtime and lost in overtime. And I look at game 2 as the turning point of that series.
And the Vipers have tied this series at 1 game apace. Trulia will go to the right wing circle on a mini break. Trulia behind the net. Shot score! And then quickly, 26 seconds into overtime, Detroit beats Orlando.
To lose game 3 in overtime again, to lose back-to-back overtime games that early in the series is emotionally debilitating, especially that late in the playoffs. It's tough to rebound from.
But I didn't think it really bothered our guys again. In game 5 here against Detroit, we played probably the best game of the series.
Brings it across the line, blocked for Hollis. He'll shoot, save made by Reese. Another one save, and another one they score! Keeping away from there, darting in, giving the ball play to the slot, shot, save, rebound. Drager scores! It did go in! Herder gives to the right point. Stacy fakes the shot, goes to Beauvais, who scores! Off to the right wing boards, McDonough cycles with one, Burrow steps in, centers it, Herder scores! Mason Herder cut it from the left point. It makes it a 5-2 game.
Going up there for game 6, we knew again it was going to be really tough. Both teams were extremely tired. Fatigue was going to be a factor. We got off to an early start where we had 3 or 4 great chances, but we just couldn't finish it. If we would have been playing a game 7.
We had so many chances to win the game, and we just couldn't do it. You have to give them credit, their goaltender credit. He kept the game. He made the big saves when he needed to make the big saves, and we had a couple breakdowns that cost us the goals and probably cost us the series.
Our guys knew we had outplayed them. We deserved better, and I felt bad for our guys. They had worked extremely hard, and we're getting rewarded for it.
The Solar Bears received outstanding performances from everyone in the postseason, while 2 veterans teamed up to shine in the playoffs.
He moved me on the wing with Hubie, and I would love to play with Hubie. He's a great playmaker, and he seems to always be in the right spot out there, either defensively or offensively, and he really stepped his game up in playoffs. I think he had 11 goals or something in playoffs, and he just played great for us. He's a great leader and great in the locker room.
We played, 4 or 5 or 6 games at the end of the year, and you could feel I was getting more chances already. He's a great player to play with, and he creates so much. So I had some good games at the end of the season that carried over in the playoffs. And when he's going, like I said, he creates so much. I just have to find the hole, get to the net. There's going to be rebounds, or someone's going to get a shot. And it was fun to be back playing with Mark.
Thank you for joining us for a look back at the Orlando Solar Bears' 3rd season. Hockey with Attitude continues in the 98-99 season. We'll see you at the home opener October 9th.